G'day guys, Shirty here. Welcome back to No Man's Sky. Well, the Aquarius Expedition is back, and if you're into fishing, this one's for you. There are some cool rewards on offer, one of which is the deep sea diver suit that I'm wearing, and it comes with a new jetpack, which you can use to personalise your character. At any rate, whether you're a new player or a seasoned veteran, this video will show you how to quickly and efficiently achieve every milestone and breeze through the expedition. Anyway, I hope you find this guide helpful, and if it does help, please give the vid a like, and if you enjoy the content, please subscribe if you want to see more. Thank you, I really appreciate it. So let's get into it. First, as always, I highly recommend you make sure your PvP is turned off in the settings, and if you're not playing with friends, turn off multiplayer also. So let's head on up to the Anomaly. If you start the expedition up here at the expedition terminal, you can take a ship, your multi-tool and some resources with you. Once you open up the terminal, you can load up your supplies. You can take up to 8 items of tech with you and 24 items in your inventory. I'd suggest bringing all the basic resources that you usually need to survive and some fuel and supplies for your ship. As for tech, it's really up to you, as the expedition will give you everything you need to complete it, and mostly you'll just be fishing. The one thing I would recommend as handy to bring for this expedition is a couple of the fishing lures, but again, even these aren't really needed. The two fishing lures I would recommend are the bionic lure, which will increase your chances of catching a legendary fish, and the spicy chum, which will give you a chance on improving the quality of the fish that you catch. But you can use almost anything for bait, and even chromatic metal will improve your chances of getting a better quality fish. Here's a quick checklist of all the different fishing lures and what it takes to make them and what they do. I honestly wouldn't worry about any except the bionic lure and the spicy chum, but that's up to you. Now, I always bring something I can sell for credits and something I can turn into nanites, but you don't really need to worry about money either, as you don't really need it for this expedition. If you're bringing a ship and multi-tool, you will need 5,000 nanites to get them both from the Anomaly, but even these nanites are extremely easy to get in the expedition, and the rewards from some of the milestones will give you nanites as well. I do always recommend bringing a fully upgraded ship with you though. It's just a quality of life thing and mainly for inventory space. But as I said, if there's one expedition where you really don't need to bring anything, it's this one. This expedition is really easy, and I'll show you how to find everything you need anyway. So let's get into it. Once you load in, spend a little time gathering some basic resources. Head in the general direction of your ship and collect all the usual resources on the way like carbon, oxygen, sodium, ferrite, dihydrogen, and so on. If you see any condensed carbon, be sure to mine that as well because you will need it. And there's only one animal on this planet, so scan it to get a quick and easy 250 nanite starting bonus. Now this planet has gold deposits, so mine some of this and you can always sell any extra for credits. This planet also has copper. Be sure to mine a couple of these because as usual, you will need to refine this into a fair bit of chromatic metal for later on. There are also cobalt deposits as well. Mine some of this as it is one of the ingredients you need to make iron batteries, which you use to make the bionic lures. You'll also need a couple of these for later milestones. Here's a short list of what you'll need. As soon as you've collected a few of these resources, you can head on over to your ship. As soon as you get close, you can collect your first milestone. Next, jump in your ship and go through the dialogue. The reward for finding your ship will also give you some launch fuel and a personal refiner, so go ahead and fit this. Now as usual, we need to repair our ship. To fix the launch thrusters, we'll need 50 pure ferrite, which you get by refining ferrite dust. You'll also need 1 dihydrogen jelly, and the ship already has this in the inventory for you. The pulse drive needs a hermetic seal and 1 metal plating to fix it. Metal plating you just craft from ferrite dust, and for a hermetic seal you just need 30 condensed carbon. If you didn't find any condensed carbon, you can just refine carbon to make some. There is 1 repair kit in the ship's inventory as well, so you can use this for fixing one of the engines if you wish. Also refine up some of your copper to make chromatic metal. Make a good stack of this, as you will need some, but it's also good bait that you can use to improve the quality of your fish. Don't forget to check the buildings for loot also. Now you don't need to do this, but it's some easy nanites. So you get these eggs around these buildings and you can refine them into nanites. So just run around the building grabbing 1 or 2 eggs at a time, and you can just ignore the biological horrors if you keep moving. If things get a little too hot, just jump on the roof of the building. Refine the 12 eggs and you'll get another 600 nanites to go towards collecting your ship and your multi-tool at the Anomaly if you brought them. Next I would suggest crafting up a little warp fuel, and you'll need some of that chromatic metal and condensed carbon for the antimatter, and some oxygen and ferrite dust for the antimatter housing. Now it's time to leave the planet, so jump into your ship and head into space, and you can collect your next milestone. Now the reward for this one will give you a hyperdrive for your ship, so go ahead and fit it. Next, look for an asteroid field. You can usually find some near ring planets or near the space station. Mine up a good supply of tritium for fuel for your pulse drive. Now open your expedition tab and select the Gone Fishing 1 milestone. Open up your galaxy map and warp to the location. Now this ship doesn't have the range to get there in 1 jump, so you will have to make 3 jumps to get there. When you arrive in this system, head to this planet with the first fishing spot. So land near the marker, and you can use your scanner to home in on this spot. Go up and interact with the terminal, and you'll get the fishing rig and your next milestone. This planet has plenty of oxygen, by the way, and I'd recommend you stock up on some if you haven't got very much so far. Now if you need nanites to collect your ship and multi-tool, this planet is a really easy one to scan all the animals on, and you'll get 2,750 nanites for doing so. So scan all the animals you see if you want the nanites. So next we're going to build a fishing rig. And to do this you'll need 3 carbon nanotubes, 1 dihydrogen jelly and 60 chromatic metal. You should already have all the ingredients you need. Carbon nanotubes you get from carbon, craft the jelly from dihydrogen, and we refined the chromatic metal from the copper earlier. Once you have the ingredients, go to your multi-tool and install the fishing rig. So now we're ready to go fishing. Head into your ship and look around for a decent sized body of water and land. Head on down to the water and start fishing. I didn't use any bait here, but you can use some if you wish. So catch your first fish and you can collect your next milestone. I got lucky and the first fish I caught was a B-class one, or uncommon as the game calls it, and catch a B-class fish and you can collect the hook, line and sinker milestone. Now just keep fishing, we still have a ton of milestones we can collect here. Before long you'll catch 3 fish, and collect another milestone. You'll get a nutrient processor from this reward. Hold on to it as we need it for a later milestone. Now I just want to give you a heads up. One of the later milestones is to sell 300,000 credits worth of fish at a space station. So important game tip, keep any fish that are A-class or better as you go through the expedition. Now next, use anything you like for bait. You can use carbon, and I use that since I had plenty of it. And you can collect your next milestone. Now just keep fishing. This planet has storms, and if you catch a fish during one, you can also collect the Fins of Thunder milestone. Now go into your Expedition tab and select the Freedom of the Sea milestone. Make sure you're standing in at least knee-deep water, and you can release 2 of the fish and collect this milestone. And keep fishing, we're not finished with the milestones yet. Catch 2 nocturnal fish and collect the night fishing milestone. And after a period of time, eventually you'll catch a message in a bottle. It's just RNG, you may get lucky early, or it may take 40 casts like it took me. But get the bottle and collect your next milestone. Catch 1 fish that is only active during the day and collect the Sun on the Water milestone. Okay, time to chuck a shrimp on the barbie. Sorry, I couldn't resist. Build your nutrient processor. You'll need 2 metal plating, 1 hermetic seal and 25 sodium. Open the inventory and place any fish you like in there. Cook it up for lunch and collect the Catch of the Day milestone. This is also the end of phase 1, so don't forget to collect the milestone. Now I know it's been hard work catching all these fish, so let's cool off and go for a swim. So jump in the ocean and remember to scan all the animals you see if you want the nanites. But importantly, one of the fish here that you'll scan is over 75 kilograms, and you can collect the Abyssal Wonder milestone. As you're swimming around, make sure to open up all the armoured clams that you see and collect the pearls inside. You will need a few of these pearls to help make your base later, so hold on to these. But collect 7 pearls and you can collect your next milestone. Now while you're in the water, collect some crystal sulfide and some salt, as you'll need this later for other milestones. And at some stage you'll swim to a depth of 40 units below sea level and you can collect the freediver milestone. Now in the deeper water I found the last animal that I needed to scan on the planet and collected the 2,750 nanites. Head back to shore and we may as well collect another milestone before we leave. Okay, so now we're going to build the exoskiff, which we got from one of the rewards earlier. Now to do this, you'll need 120 magnetized ferrite, which you get from refining pure ferrite. You'll also need 30 salt and 2 crystal sulfide. Make sure you're standing next to the water and deploy the skiff. And now you can collect the milestone. Rightio, scanning the animals on this planet has now given me enough nanites to go get my ship and multi-tool from the Anomaly. And just another quick game tip, you don't really need your multi-tool in this expedition, so you can save yourself the nanites if you wish. It's totally up to you. Head on up to the expedition terminal and collect your gear. I always get the ship first so I have somewhere to put everything. And just another game tip for the newer players, if you wait to collect some of your milestones until you collect your ship at the Anomaly, it will really help with inventory space. So here I also collected any of my unclaimed milestones, now that I've got plenty of room. So next stop is to head over to the space station. Now's the time we're going to sell any unwanted goods, and we can sell some of our high value fish if you have them. And the terrifying sample you got as a reward is also worth 1.2 million credits. You can sell this if you wish, it's up to you. And if you didn't bring bait with you, you can look for some of the ingredients to buy here if you want to. And if you want, you can also sell your little shuttle as well for some extra credits if you don't want to keep her. So next, head on out into space and select the Gone Fishing 2 milestone. Open up the galaxy map and warp to the location. If you didn't bring a ship with an upgraded hyperdrive, it may take more than one jump. Once you get there, head to this planet where the milestone is. Land at the island where you see the temple, and you can collect your next milestone. Next, head out into the water, and as you can see, I'm about halfway from the little island in front of the temple and the temple. Now deploy your fishing skiff and let's go fishing. Now here I use some of the bait I brought. This one gives me a chance at better quality fish. If you don't have bait, remember chromatic metal also increases your chance of getting a better quality fish as well. Throw your line in, and because we're in deep water between the islands, you can collect the Inky Depths milestone.
Thermal protection falling.
And on the first cast, my first catch was another message in a bottle, which is your next milestone. This reward will also give you some fishing bait recipes. So as I said, you don't need this, but improving your bait quality certainly helps. And with the spicy chum, it wasn't long before I caught a legendary fish and collected the milestone. A couple of minutes later I caught my 50th fish and collected the waiting in again milestone. And you know what they say, just keep fishing. Catch 2 of these sharks and you can collect the Lunker milestone. Now I switched to chromatic metal as my bait, as I had all the major milestones I needed here, and chromatic metal I've got plenty of. We are still chasing 3 fish native to a hot planet like this one, and if you know anything at all about fishing, you'll know it's all about patience. But before too long, I did get the 3rd one and collect the milestone. So now it's time to build an underwater base, and I hopped in my ship and flew a little away from the temple, as it's not a good thing to clog up the milestone locations with a lot of bases. So find a nice spot to land. This looks pretty good right here. And select a Child of the Sea milestone in phase 3 and head on into the water. Now first thing to do is construct a base computer and put it down on the bottom. And claim the base. Now as you can see in the bottom right, we need to build a deep water chamber, a watertight door, and a moon pool floor. Here's a list of everything you'll need, so you can screenshot it if you like. So build a deep water chamber, add a door, and install the moon pool. Now you are a Child of the Sea and you can collect the milestone. So next, select the Gone Fishing 3 milestone and head back into space and open the galaxy map. Now you can see here that along the route to the 3rd fishing spot, there's a system about halfway. And because we still need to find fish on a high radiation planet for the phase 2 milestone, I stopped and checked this system on the way. Upon arriving, I got in a quick pirate battle, but no worries with the Iron Vulture. If you're still using the shuttle, you may just want to fly into the space station and land to end the battle, if you wish. So bit of a spoiler alert. The radiation planet that I'm looking for is at the phase 4 fishing spot. I did find a different one along the way, which I will show you later. If you want to be super efficient though, you can wait till the phase 4 milestone to complete the radiation fish milestone from phase 2 if you like. But here in this system I noticed an icy world with an ocean, and we need to catch fish from an icy world anyway, so I headed to the planet. And another spoiler, turns out the icy world we need for this milestone is at the phase 3 milestone anyway. But given the radiation one wasn't at the phase 2 one, I didn't know this at the time, so I did this milestone here when I saw the opportunity. My point is, you can do this milestone at the phase 3 fishing spot, again if you wish. It's up to you. Anyway, pick a nice spot on the ocean and land. Then select the ice cold milestone in phase 3, and let's go fishing. By the way, I'm still using chromatic metal for bait, as we need 3 B-class fish for the milestone. And it didn't take very long to catch 3 fish that are native to icy worlds, and you can collect your next milestone. Now that's all we need to do here, so jump in your ship and head back into space. Select again the Gone Fishing 3 milestone and jump to the system. When you arrive, head to the milestone planet. Land next to the ancient plaque, and you can collect your next milestone. So next we need to fish for another message in a bottle, and you'll do that here at the Gone Fishing 3 planet. And just in case you don't know, the messages you need to get milestones for in each phase are always at the same planet where the fishing spot is at. So I went straight down to the lake here near the ancient plaque and started fishing. This one took about 7 minutes, but eventually I landed the message. Like the other one, unseal it and read it and collect your next milestone. Now this milestone gives you the plans for fishing traps, which is another milestone you need to do to finish off phase 3. However, they do take some time to catch the fish you need, so you can save a little bit of time and be a bit more efficient by waiting until you go to the Gone Fishing 4 milestone and kill 2 birds with 1 stone there. But do it here if you want to, it's up to you. So I wanted to finish phase 2 before I finish phase 3, even though there's no real reason to do them in order, unless you're a bit OCD like me. And here it was that I started looking for a planet with high radiation and an ocean. Because of course I didn't know at this stage that the planet I needed was at phase 4. But anyway, my point here is you can do the next 2 milestones that I'm going to do at the phase 4 location if you wish to save a little time. So after a couple of jumps looking, I found this system right near the phase 3 fishing spot. So in this system there's a planet with gamma root and an ocean, and gamma root means radiation. So head on over and land. Now it's time to make our fishing traps. For each fishing trap you'll need 50 salt, 3 metal plating and 1 ion battery. I made 3 to save some time as we need to catch 6 fish with the traps. Now while you're waiting for those, you can go back and select the phase 2 milestone for irradiated fish and start fishing.
Extreme night radiation detected.
It won't take long and you can collect your next milestone. And that's the end of phase 2, so don't forget to collect the milestone. So I waited a few more minutes and then jumped in and checked the fishing traps. I had caught the 6 fish I needed and so collected the milestone. This is also the end of phase 3, so don't forget to collect the milestone. Okay, now select the Gone Fishing 4 location, head on up to space and warp to the system. If you went ahead as I suggested, you're already there. Head for the milestone planet and land next to this building. Run up to the door and you can collect your next milestone. Now loot the building if you wish, then jump into your ship and go land on the nearest bit of water. Again, we want to find the Lost Angler's message in a bottle. So let's go fishing. Catch the bottle and collect your next milestone. This is also the end of phase 4, so don't forget to collect the milestone. So by now you should have collected enough high quality fish to sell for your next milestone. So jump in your ship and fly to the space station. Select the fresh sell fish milestone in phase 5, go to the terminal and sell your fish. And collect your milestone. Head into space and select the Fishing Spot 5 milestone, open your galactic map and warp to the location. Once you get there, head to this planet. Land on the water and use your scanner to narrow your search. You're looking for this underwater temple. Dive on down and up to the terminal and collect your next milestone. Now interact with the terminal, go through the dialogue, and you can collect a trident key. You don't need them, but you can take it back to your main save if you like. Head on back up to your ship, and you guessed it, start fishing for the next message in a bottle. Shouldn't take too long, and you can collect your next milestone. So now's the time to change your bait to one of the bionic lures. This is the one that increases your chances of catching a legendary fish. Throw it in the water and catch the legendary octopus. And collect the Scales of Fire milestone. This is also the end of Phase 5, so don't forget to collect the milestone. And finally, don't forget to go into the final phase and collect the big gold milestone for completing the expedition. And that's it, Traveller, you're now a master angler. Great job. Now all that's left to do is go back to the Anomaly. Load up any stuff you want to take back. And end the expedition. Once you're back on your main save, collect your stuff from the terminal and go visit the Quicksilver dude and collect your rewards. Mine is all grayed out because I've already done this expedition. So that's it, guys. Thanks for hanging in there. Please don't forget to give the video a like if you found it helpful, and maybe even consider subscribing if you enjoy the content. As always, thanks heaps for watching. I do really appreciate your support. Have a good one. Hope to see you next time. Cheers, guys.